Hello, SenseMaker. I see you sitting there toiling on that diagram with its complex list of connections to represent clearly. Everything is going okay until suddenly a line needs to be made, and there are, heaven forbid, other lines in the way. Now, we know that we can't run the lines through one another. We are not diagrammatic nihilists. We want to make some modicum of effort to not confuse our viewer. Diagrams are at the intersection of visually depicted and helping an audience to understand something. So if the way that we visually depict something gets in the way of how it's being understood, we aren't diagramming, we're just making pictures. Now at this moment, if we might turn to diagramming tools and frameworks for their trusted guidance, or perhaps Google, we might plead, what should we do when this awful time comes when the lines must overlap? And if we did ask such a question, we might run into a multitude of advice, all having to do with features that have been designed to make these little bumps where your lines meet, each promising to ease you of the burden of lines crossing, with the addition of what is akin to a diagrammatic pimple. Now, for what it's worth, should you be in the market for a wide variety of ways to visually confuse your diagrammatic intention, Draw.io does win for providing the most options for decorative blemish, boasting 3 styles in total. Now, I will give you 3 seconds to find any number of better ways than line jumps to make the diagram that Draw.io uses as an example more clear. Friends and fellow sensemakers, we need to start collectively admitting that for every element added, we risk increasing the cognitive load of our diagram. It's a subtle but impactful mental model shift that's needed in order to know better than to add these kinds of visual stumbling blocks for our users unless absolutely necessary. Now, I want to be clear. Are there diagrams for which line crossing is the only feasible way? Absolutely. But also, are many diagrams that use line jumping features in software doing so unnecessarily? I think probably. To make good diagrams, we must spend the extra time moving things around just so in order to lessen the cognitive load. We must beware of features and advice that is encouraging us to offload the cognitive load onto our users rather than eliminating it through our own commitment to sense-making. So the next time that you have a sense that lines might need to cross in your diagrammatic future, expand your view and look for new and different solutions. And don't be surprised when it's as simple as going around the other way. Thank you.